I'm Sophie from Meadow. I arrange posies of British flowers throughout the year.
Guess what happened today? It's Friends Round Friday. And who popped in but the lovely Sophie? And Sophie's come all the way down from up across, long way.
Up and over.
4 hours driving is a really long way. So we are thrilled to be able to share this little nugget of information here with you. And today, Sophie has brought her super duper posy in a box, the Meadow Suite, Let Nature In. I love that, Let Nature In. And come to tell me all about her fantastic success in the big sustainability awards. And yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
You have done
for
brilliantly.
having me. It's so nice to get here.
We don't often have Friends Round on a Friday.
No, I haven't had the opportunity to come up here, so it's been lovely to have a look round, see all the flowers that you've got.
And what's really cool is also being able to have a bit of time to do some development and to try to get some more stems and some more interesting materials.
Yeah.
So that we can grow this little project of yours.
I'm really excited about that.
Bigger.
Yes.
Because it needs to be bigger.
It does.
And more people need to have these little bundles of joy, don't they?
They do.
I think it's really important. More so now than anything. There's lots of people who can't get out and who can't see and touch and feel the flowers.
Yeah. Lots of my customers are reminded of, scent has a real memory trigger, hasn't it? So,
yeah, definitely.
So they smell my flowers and they say, oh, Grandad used to grow those.
Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it?
And I do a subscription service, so people get flowers throughout the year and they're able to see the seasonal change, which incidentally you can't tend to see when you go to the supermarket.
No, that's right. Well, there are obviously lots of, obviously we're using a lot of growers that are growing for supermarkets, and if they didn't grow for supermarkets, we wouldn't be able to have the range that we have. However, we're treating the flowers differently, and we're not putting them down production lines. We're basically getting them to the right florists, the right spec that they want, rather than growing things specifically to put down a production line. It's a completely different format. But I think there's definitely more room in the world for things like this with these different stems, and you've got the Diablo in there that's now a commercially grown stem, as is the chrysanth, as is the pink gypsophila. Pink gypsophila is a really interesting one because there's only one gypsophila grower in the UK who's commercial, who's second generation, is now going on to third generation. And we need to support these guys.
Yeah, it's lovely having a touch. The pink is
doesn't
great,
it?
isn't it? Yeah.
Doesn't it smell? It smells lovely. Yeah. There's just this little handful of flowers, beautifully and expertly arranged, fantastically conditioned, and the smell is divine. I really like this.
It's wonderful. Rose scented geranium.
Yeah, rose scented. Watch this space. That looks gorgeous. Look at this little posy, all British grown. And tell us a bit more about your recent success, Sophie, in the sustainability, not just any sustainability awards, the big sustainability awards.
Yes, well, I'm proud to announce that Meadow is now an award-winning company. Last week we won gold at the big sustainability awards, which was a prestigious black tie gala event in Southampton.
Yeah, so we have to get a frock on every now and again.
Yes,
we have to stop digging around and get the frock on.
Yeah, I covered up the sort of green under the nails. I was delighted to win the award. Over the years, we've tried to make the business as sustainable as possible by only using locally sourced flowers. That means we have a much lower carbon footprint with no air miles.
And look how cute this little vase is. And it can be delivered nationwide with this lovely little branded ribbon on it in a little jar and that is just full of lovely scented narcissi. Oh my goodness, I can smell it now. The scented geranium, some Diablo, some little tiny paper whites in there, and of course the chrysanthemums, which also have a lovely scent to them. This is a really nice hydrangea you've got in here.
Yeah. But that one, I think, is a homegrown one, actually. But
it's so pretty, though, isn't it? With that
yeah.
double flowered on it. I can see somebody would just open this box and have such a lot of joy looking into that. It's like bringing the garden in, isn't it?
That's right. And that's what we've tried to do. I always bring in seasonal components. Every week is different. The flowers actually come with an information sheet about all the ingredients and where they've come from. And my customers say that they're very pleased, and they learn as they go. They've built up a lot of knowledge about the wonderful diversity of British flowers.
Sophie, tell me about this box, because this is the cutest little box. I love it. I think it's just... This is just like a bouquet in miniature, isn't it?
Yes, small is beautiful. I like to think. These are the boxes that I deliver my local deliveries in. So the jar comes with the flowers already in water, and it sits neatly in the insert in the box, so that you can open up the box and be surprised every time.
Yeah, super.
With what's inside.
And they never know what mix they're going to get, but they know it's going to be British.
Yeah,
and they know it's
even
going
I
to
don't
be
know
handmade.
what's going on one week to the next. But that's what makes it challenging and interesting in a creative way, making the best of what's in season and turning it into something beautiful.
Yeah, do the best with what we've got,
exactly.
Where we are,
yeah.
Which is how it goes all the time.
Can I just say that one of the reasons that we won the award was by being able to calculate the amount of carbon that we have saved by our lovely customers buying British over imported air freighted flowers, which are often cold chain couriered and very energy costly. So since we started in 2016, we have been able to say that we have saved over 70 tonnes of associated carbon emissions. And if you think about it, that is an awful lot of hot air balloons, because a tonne of carbon is. And also you could equate it to the equivalent of 250 transatlantic flights from London to New York.
That's amazing. And you've studied all of these numbers quite intensively with, did you say Lancaster University?
Oh, well, Lancaster University have done the most research on comparing British grown flowers with imported. And so as a conservative estimate, British grown flowers have a 90% lower carbon footprint than imported flowers.
Which is why everybody needs to support our small enterprises flying the flag for the UK
doing
growers.
their bit. And so it's flowers that make you feel good, and they're good for the planet as well.
Well, I think it's a very well-deserved award, and I think you've done brilliantly. And we first met, I don't know, a long time ago, when we both started on this British journey, and we're still going.
Still going!
And still flying the flag.
Thriving, getting bigger every day, that's the idea, yeah.
I think it's great. I think it's really well deserved, and I think you've done an amazing job with Meadow Sweet, and it is just, it's joy in a box, and you just, the reveal and the opening and the whole experience of taking it out, and it's, you know, there is a journey with each box, isn't there? There is a learning journey, and people have got something nice to focus on. I think it's great. It's
a gentle reminder of what's going on outside. There's many people that can't get out as much as they'd like, or they've lost the gardens that they grew up in. And it's a celebration of the seasons.